Of what?
No white women on the Thursday thumbnail. The streak continues. Last week we
Well-
had nothing. We had gobbledygook last time, Manny. Gobbledygook.
Yeah,
It was
and
a massive brawl.
And that might be one of the highest viewed videos ever on the show, which doesn't make any sense.
You know what this thumbnail makes me feel? It makes me feel sad, Manny. I will never have this physique and be like these guys. I'm never walking around with a jacket with no shirt on. Never.
Well, I will give you this, Marcus, because I was considering this to be the thumbnail.
Oh,
and let me tell you why. It's not. It's
There's
not
a lot going on.
Yeah, it's not because Roxanne was put through a table. It's because Oro Mensah looks like Sabu.
Hey, Sabu was acknowledging the tribal chief way before anybody else was.
Yeah, that's the main reason why this may have been the thumbnail.
This wouldn't have been bad. This wouldn't have been bad, but I am down. Let's just jump into the show. Let's jump into the show.
Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am, of course, Lord Manny Hayes. He is
Marcus, and let me say it again, the grand finale. Anybody else is a knockoff, and I don't care what they say. And
when our powers are combined, we may be the Untitled Manny and Marcus show by name, but we are also the kings of the ropes.
Yes.
Only in South America and other Spanish-speaking places.
Yeah. You're lucky we haven't did a tour in Mexico yet. Although we were accepting dates, we are booking dates. $50,000 for us to go to Mexico, and $100
you want us to lose.
$200,000 you want us to lose to Commander. Because we don't do that time.
500 if you want us to lose to Gravity.
And it just keeps going up and up. The less I know you, the less I'm gonna more $100,000 will be charged. More monies. Or as I say it now that I'm bougie, Monets.
Well, I don't think there's any news that we can care about. There's allegedly there is the allegedly, this person was spotted at an airport. Maybe they're going to WrestleMania. Apparently that was Julia, but apparently she was also going to the Himalayas, apparently. She wasn't going to the Philadelphia, she going to the Himalayas.
Excuse me, I'm going on vacation. But, if Julia were to show up, it would be as Stand and Deliver, right? I don't think she'd just go straight to the main roster. Unless she's joined Damage Control.
She made join Damage Control where all the Japanese women are at. I
love that anybody
may have all the meat.
Yeah,
Arby's may have all the meat, but Damage Control have all the agents.
I love the fact that everybody in this season of WrestleMania, if you're at an airport, are you going to WrestleMania? Give me any wrestler. No, I'm just going home. I just did a show in Massachusetts or something.
I may have messaged Session Moth Martina, who isn't going to WrestleMania, but she did post an airport photo, and I did ask, "Are you going to WrestleMania?" Just for the jokes.
Oh my God, you're gonna help me?
Confirmed.
I think we should all go on Twitter and say, "Are you going to help so and so win the match this week?" Jordan Grace, are you going to help
one of your independent contractors?
Yeah. Jordan Grace, are you going to do a run-in the Bianca and Damage Control match? Or who else is out there? Masha Slebovich, are you going to help so-and-so do this? Or whatever. Everything's on the table. It's WrestleMania week.
It's WrestleMania week.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, so we've got a 1-day gap before it goes insane. All the streams have been set up. The only one that may appear on Sunday, depending on how alive I am during the day, will be a live reaction to the Slammies. But I don't think I'm going to do that.
Skip it, man. You can skip it. You can skip it. I can predict the Slammies for you. Cody, Roman. I don't even know what the awards are this year. I don't even know what the awards are every year. They do the Slammies or every other year. But Looking forward to the weekend. Like this is the last day. It's the calm before the storm today. Then Friday hits and it's just crazy. You got Hall of Fame, SmackDown. I'm going to throw in the Eric birthday celebration dinner that will not be televised, but invite only. Sounds exclusive.
Hours of pre-show going on the WWE Network or Peacock or wherever you watch this nonsense. Yeah, and if you could, in the chat or in the comment section whenever you watch this, just leave a comment. Happy birthday, Eric. Either there or down there.
Yeah.
Not my genitals,
I mean,
but like in the comments.
It's not every year you turn. Yeah, it's not every year you turn 99 years old. But you know that insult doesn't work because we have a 4 years age difference. That would make me 95. Damn.
Yeah.
Black don't crack, people. Black don't crack. Here it is.
It does eventually.
It does. And then you're dead. That's kind of what happens. Oh, he's a good for his age. And then it's like, oh, they're old. Oh, they're gone. That fast.
Let's get into Dynamite, where Marcus, we both discussed this in the beginning. Mm-hmm. I have a rant prepared for the AEW Dynamite, and I believe so do you.
I do too. And now we're about to play a good old-fashioned game of Guess Who on a rant. Right now, live on the show. So, before we get into it, I'm going to ask Manny a few questions, disqualifying questions. Now, I would like to say this on front, and we don't know, we have not discussed this before. But Manny, I'm going to reveal that I will disqualify your rant if it involves Mercedes Moné. I'm just saying, mine does not involve Mercedes. How about you?
Mine doesn't involve her, but she did irritate me. But my rant does not include her.
Mine does not. Okay. Does yours involve a former WWE superstar?
Yes, it does. Does yours involve a former WWE superstar?
Mine does too. Oh my god. Here we go. Now, Manny, what hour of the show did yours happen in?
Immediately.
So this is where the diversion starts, and we can begin our review. Mine does not happen at the beginning of the show.
I thought yours would be the beginning of the show on mine. But,
no, because it was too easy. It's too easy. I'm going to join in on your rant, of course. I agree. I haven't heard what you're going to say, Manny, about the beginning of the show, but I agree. How you like that? My rant is very nitpicky. Very nitpicky.
Well, I also have a nitpick coming up as well, but we'll get to it as well.
Okay.
Adam Copeland starts the show. I was going to take notes. So I wrote two essentially paragraphs. 2 sentences essentially before I decided, you know what, fuck this. And I know the AEW diehards that come in our chat, El Luchador and Levi will probably jump on me for this, but I'm sorry. This was the worst PR speech that they could ever had. Why is he delivering the PR speech? It should be an AEW day one, not this guy that came in after the match, the one that got traded. So the other one, essentially the trade over. So Edge went that way, CM Punk went that way. Ridiculous.
In the Jay Cargill CM Punk's package deal.
Ridiculous.
Who won the trade? I'm going to tell you when I checked out on the rant. Because I felt like I knew he was going to rant as soon as he said this line. I'm not coming in here. I didn't bring the title because, guys, I want to speak to you as Adam and not. And I was like, not who? Not who? You're Adam on this show. You're Adam off the show. You're Adam all the time now. I believe I didn't come to speak to us as Edge. Is what you were looking for. Because you said I'm not going to speak to us Adam. Adam who? You're Adam every week. You're Adam Copeland. Oh, maybe we're not getting coped this week. I don't know. But that's what I checked out. He did bring his TNT title. And I realized at that moment when he said, I did bring my TNT title. I need to talk to you guys because there's been a lot of negative BS going around. And I immediately clutched my pearls and gasped for air and saying, honestly, There has never been a more positive time for the wrestling community than right now. Other than one sentence or maybe two sentences uttered, or a paragraph or a speech, whatever you call CM Punk's interview. Other than that, everybody's doing great. I feel like everybody's doing fine. Manny, your turn.
But did you know what? The CM Punk interview, we're still going on about it, but the CM Punk interview wasn't even that bad. He just confirmed what a lot of people thought about the way Tony Khan ran that company.
Yeah,
that's all he did.
It wasn't anything new.
That's all.
It wasn't anything new.
It wasn't.
We confirmed that he choked.
Yeah, and then he confirmed that he choked somebody. But yeah, Edge cannot make these. Shouldn't have been the one to do this. It should have been whoever has been there from the beginning, or at least lived through the choking.
Yeah, this is like, Manny. This is me talking about how bad. No. I'm not gonna go that route. That was completely different. But it would be the equivalent of an angry black man of 2000 talking about how bad he had it in the civil rights movement when he was born in 1998. It's ridiculous. You weren't there. You weren't there. Things have improved since then. Things may have improved since then, and the whole thing, a discipline committee, and maybe management. But before you were there, Edge, what led to the improvements maybe is the Civil War that happened before you got there.
And CM Punk isn't completely to blame for this, because the moment he left, there was still backstage problems there. So it can't have just been all this man.
Even before, you can't just say CM Punk was a problem with everything. Anyway, he goes out and says there's a non-negative BS going around, and this is the happy in his 30-year career. This is the happiest he's ever been. It's the greatest. Yeah, this is the greatest wrestling promotion
locker room he's ever been. The best locker room he's ever been in. I was like, this is bullshit.
Yeah. And I'm going like, okay, Edge. I'm okay. And, he also said the reason Okada, the reason Mercedes, the reason Ospreay signed here is because this is where the best wrestle. Okay, let all that slide. I'll let all that slide. That's fine. That's fine. But I am not I just thought it was unnecessary. And I just felt like Tony Khan said, I'll pay you a boatload of money if you can say these words I've been trying to say. But I can't say it because everything I sound really stupid. If Tony Khan was giving this speech, which I know someone has ChatGPT or some audio AI that can do this, just use his voice and you can hear everything he's saying. Because he's probably ranting. Because do you try to tell me Edge was really bummed out over the weekend thinking, I need to clap back at this right away? That man was counting money and taking care of his kids. He probably wasn't thinking twice about what CM Punk said, because CM Punk didn't say anything. He didn't say AEW's a shithole. He didn't say the wrestlers suck.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything like that. He said Jack Perry sucks. He says Tony Khan's a clown. He said they're not making money, which is all facts. If you don't want to hear facts, Adam Copeland, I'm sorry to tell you, but those are actual facts. He didn't say anything that wasn't a fact or an opinion of his.
And the way he ended it with, that's where the best wrestlers wrestle. I'm sorry, but that reminded me of WCW when they used to say that's where the big boys play.
Well, I can go back sooner. This reminded me of TNA. We are wrestling. I just think that it's never been productive. An old rallying cry. Yeah. The old rallying cry of this is the realest pro wrestling company and all that has never worked for any wrestling company ever. I'm just saying. When you shoot at the king, the WWE, which are on top of the world or whatever, they're mountain, and this is more of a opinion, but they are, financially the number one, whatever. When you shoot at them, you got to shoot at them with something new that someone hasn't used before. Like, it's not, oh man, they don't wrestle over there. They never claim to. And they never will. They're never going to claim they got the best wrestling. But they will say that this is the grandest prize. This is sports entertainment, yada, yada, yada. The they go on and on about their accolades. But they never say, hey, you know what? Come watch some good old-fashioned 5-star Dave Meltzer approved matches. Nah, this is fucking McDonald's you dealing with. We got chicken nuggets and then people enjoy it.
And then he introduces Will Ospreay, which he keeps calling him Will Ospreay, and I start getting annoyed. He did it twice.
That was Canadian for Ospreay.
Yeah, okay. Edge ain't been Canadian for a while. Will Ospreay takes on Powerhouse Hobbs. It was a really good match. Will wins with the hidden blade.
I can't believe you pulled this Canadian card.
He's been living in Tampa for years.
Manny, he lives in North Carolina. They live in North Carolina.
Same thing.
It's not. I gotta show you a map. Anyway, no time. Really good match. Again, don't know the purpose of this Callis family civil war with Ospreay and fighting his guys. Don't understand the purpose of that. But nice display for Hobbs. But Ospreay makes everybody look good. But again, we need more. I enjoyed the transitions for a Bryan Danielson match. Happened right after with Lance Archer. Although I enjoyed that less. I did not enjoy Bryan Danielson and Lance Archer.
Well, Marcus, why do AEW keep doing this? Ooh. Why must they keep digging up Lance Archer to make someone look impressive? Because they've beaten a giant. Because he's not an impressive giant. He is not.
Yeah, I mean, this is the equivalent of, and I'm going really old here for all our younger listeners. Please cover your ears. This is the equivalent of Shredder sending Bebop and Rocksteady to go out there to fight the Turtles every single time. You know they're going to get washed. You know it. I mean, I could have went with Goldar, but I was going to say Goldar, but I respect Goldar too much. He was a black man trying to make money. That's all he was doing. Doing a bare minimum.
This might be Lance Archer's greatest match of his entire career because I don't see it getting any better than that.
No, I'm not. I honestly didn't enjoy the match. I thought it was too long. I thought that wasn't really accomplished in this at all.
No.
Like, it was anything you could do, I could do better, but not really. I thought Hobbs came off looking better in the Ospreay match, and Ospreay looked better in that match. I just didn't feel this match at all with Archer and Bryan.
It didn't make sense to have Archer and Bryan. Bryan should have been going off against someone better than that. Maybe Brian Cage. I know Brian Cage ain't that good either. I feel like Brian Cage is about the same. It's maybe a step ahead Lance Archer in my rankings of big men in AEW. But I feel like Brian Cage would have given Danielson a better match.
Yeah, who is their best big man in the game? Who's like their Kane? Like, Kane will lose every week in WWE television for multiple times.
Powerhouse Hobbs.
But you always go, oh, yeah, that guy.
Hobbs. It's Hobbs.
You got Hobbs as Kane? Yeah, I can see it. Because Brian Cage, because all their big guys have been used and abused. Wardlow, Hobbs, Archer, Cage. I'm trying to think of the Gates of Agony. Yeah.
The Gates of Agony do not count. They are
Luchasaurus.
Knockoff, Wild Samoans.
Luchasaurus. I think the best big man in the game for them is Billy Gunn. He holds the mantle of Kane there. It's like, oh, this guy can actually
Jericho pulls out Hook. Jericho is asking Hook to believe in him as much as he believes in Hook. Hook says he believes in him, and then they got them a match on Collision, but he'll be keeping his eye on him. And then anyone that says bet anymore needs to stop because Jericho made that incredibly uncool.
I'll tell you what he made really uncool. I wasn't fucking with it already, the hook signal. But when he said flash the hook signal, I immediately went, ooh, I don't know why I'm watching this. I hope no one catches me. This is terrible. This is fucking terrible. Oh, and this is immediately after 2 solid matches of Dynamite. Like, I'm okay with Dynamite at this moment. Edge was stupid. Ospreay and Hobbs picked things back up and brought me back into the world. Danielson and Lance Archer wasn't the biggest fan, but whatever, we moved on. As soon as we got to Jericho, I started rolling my eyes hard. My eyes look like a roller coaster. I thought I was going through a seizure. And this isn't even my rant yet, and it could be.
We learned that Shane Taylor Productions is going to be facing Jericho and Hook on Collision. You know how I feel about that, man.
How did they know, Manny? I know how you feel. I know how exactly you feel. But how did they know Hook and Jericho was like, I'm going to give us a match next week? Next thing you know, we cut immediately to the back to Shane Thunder Promotions, where I was like, oh, they're about to announce something for Rampage, I'm assuming. But no, it's like, no, we're fighting Hook and Jericho. How the fuck did they know? They knew before Hook.
I think they knew before Tony Khan. Who booked the match? Chris, where are we? Jay White takes on Billy Gunn.
Here we are.
I knew this was your rant.
This is the rant. Manny, the year is 2024. Billy Gunn's been on my wrestling TV for 30 years. You know what? He's had his ups, he's had his downs. But today was I just had enough. This was it. The reason I'm so upset and the reason I want to...
But carry on your rant, because I have a feeling what I'm about to paste from my notes is going to complement your rant.
Yeah.
Go on, carry on.
Billy Gunn and Jay White. I don't think Billy Gunn should be on my TV 30 years from now, but whatever, he is. But my rant is about, if you can't even stay in the ring for 5 minutes. Well, yeah, I was going with that too. That was coming into the rant. But if you can't wrestle in the ring for about 5 minutes of total time, Manny, I did notes on this one. They fought on the outside of the ring for about 10 minutes total time. 10 minutes.
This had a commercial break. Why did this have a commercial break?
The match first starts off, and they did back-to-back matches with someone being attacked before the bell. Lance Archer attacked Bryan Danielson before the bell, and Billy Gunn attacked Jay White before the bell, and the ref is okay with it. Whatever. They brawl to the outside of the ring. They continue to brawl to the outside. There's one, and I'm counting one break of count on the outside of the ring, where Aubrey Edwards, I believe, who was refereeing this match, wasn't even counting, but Billy felt he needed to do it out of instinct. So they continue to brawl. They fight in the ring for about a total time of 1 minute and 27 seconds. Till they go back outside and then go into commercial break for another 3 minutes of fighting on the outside of the ring, only to get back into the ring after the commercial break for Jay White to go back outside the ring for no reason. Then slide back into the ring to get back outside the ring. I just feel like we should not be fighting like that. We should not have wrestling matches where you're just fighting outside the ring the entire time. I just think it's maybe an unnecessary rant. And then the second part of this, Jay White, man, have some self-respect. Have some self-respect. Why is Billy Gunn pushing you to the limit? Why? You are former IWGP heavyweight champion. You were a hot free agent last year. You were a big signing into AEW. Billy Gunn is almost in his 60s, if not 60, and he pushed you to the limit. To the limit! You almost died in there. Also, another nitpick. I seen the home invasion on Rampage. I'm sure the 17 people in this arena, or maybe maybe thousands, that's mean, in this arena had no clue that happened. No clue. Just give me a clip. Manny, I'm sure you didn't see the home invasion. Why Billy was so pissed? You wouldn't know.
Who the hell watched Rampage last week?
Excalibur informed us on information on... Yeah, you're a liar. You're a liar. We know. We see the numbers. Rampage is only on People TV by accident because they forgot to turn it off after the NCAA playoffs tournament. Manny, did you also see anything from Collision? I also saw this moment of Collision where the claim said we're going to stay in the back and the gun said they'll stay in the back. Did you get that at all? No.
I didn't watch Collision.
You got to update people on stories. You can't just blindly put some... This is why every TV show, for the most part, has previously on. Every episodic show previously on. Because you may not be able to retain all this information. I'm just saying it's ridiculous. It was bullshit. And I'm willing to move on. Assault happens. Whatever. Brawl after the match. It's a lot of time.
And then
it annoyed the hell out of me.
Then we go to the top of the ramp where Willow is being interviewed by Renee. Um, so I have a problem with doing something immediately that's something happened.
Okay.
You know, she referenced the crowd that they were chanting, they were loud for a bit, and then she said something about, oh, I hope all you guys at home are making the same amount of noise these guys are. Silence. It was like crickets till Stokely pointed, and then they made noise again.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Willow. Thank you.
Willow's promo I felt was very cheesy. I think Stokely's was a little bit better. But then we went from one bad promo to another bad promo because Mercedes Moné came out and said she can't wait for Willow to tear it up with Julia at Dynasty. And she wants next at the TBS title because in Vegas, money changes everything. She's not going to wrestle for another month.
That doesn't mean she's not going to wrestle until Vegas, Manny. That does not mean she's not going to wrestle until Vegas. It doesn't mean that.
If I was, it doesn't mean that. But if I was to ask you, give me a percentage of when you think Mercedes Moné's next match is going to be, it will be around that time. There will be no tune-up matches. Yes. There will be no tune-up matches. She will go because she believes she is Moné and people need to pay to see her. So she's going to be wrestling on the pay-per-view, and no one, and I mean no one, is going to care by that point.
Yeah,
no one's going to care at that point.
Yeah, the juice is already left the grape. I don't even know what fruit I wanted to use there.
Why are you juicing grapes?
I don't know, Manny. Don't worry. I want to make grape soda. That's the only way to do it, I think. It's not even close.
It's not even close.
No, it's not science at all. I would like to point out and ask one question, Manny. What was this interview for Willow? I'm just saying, just tell me exactly why Willow was up there on that stage, and then I'll proceed.
Because she apparently she was she wrestled in the area for when she was coming up, and then it was a rah-rah speech because she never felt that she belonged, and those people made her feel like she belonged because she's a big girl, chubby girl with curly hair and nonsense.
Blah 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 black. Whatever. Blah blah blah. Right? She had no reason to be out there getting interviewed. If you're interviewing somebody, make it pertaining to the show. She had no challenge. She had no match to do. She was just she was reminiscing. Let's reminisce with Willow on the top of the stage. There was no reason she should have got this TV time.
Yeah, and nothing from even Julia, the TBS champion. She had no part of this. Nothing.
No, nothing. It had nothing to do with anything. And, Willow, I feel like her promo would have meant something if it was in the right place. But it was not. I was like, this didn't make any sense of what's going on in her storyline or life right now. No. That I'm reminiscing about this time. About, you're going to fight Julia Hart at Dynasty. I didn't get any of that from that. I got it from when that Mercedes came out. Now I'm going to show you my problem with this segment, Manny. I shall turn my back to you. And I proceed to talk to you and talk about how much you people mean to me as I stare at Right? I'm not going to even look at you. The entire time I was like, why are we shooting this way? It makes no sense. I've seen the stage promo done before. Yes, we do have presence of wrestlers standing on a stage, but at least put the spotlight out, and they're looking at somebody in that direction. They're just looking at LED screen this way. I don't understand why it was shot that way or why we did this way. Mercedes come out, she's looking at this way too. It just looked very awkward. Statland is in the background, woo, hyping up the LED screen. It makes no goddamn sense. It was ugly to look at aesthetically, and Mercedes didn't help. Her promo seemed to be de-evolving in promos. I don't understand what's going on with her.
She was never a good promo, though. I don't think she was ever
solid. I thought she was solid, Manny.
I think she was carried by the people that was. Looking back at it now, I think she was probably carried by the people she was working with.
Don't want to believe this. Anyway, she better get in the ring before Double or Nothing. because stock value is going down every week. As we have the chart, is Lexus King is good or bad this week, which we will get an update this week from Eric. No matter what, I know we're doing a million watch alongs, but he will give us an update, probably in the middle of Stand and Deliver. Mercedes is bad this week. The outfit, the look, I feel her face has too much of this going on. I don't even know what this is. But it's got too much
because
of this.
Mercedes, this is technically Mercedes' 4th week. We can rank them all because we remember them all because she didn't actually do anything in all of them. So last week, that's an L for me.
It's
when
commentary.
She was on commentary because I just muted her. Because I didn't want to hear it. So now she's 0-2. The week before that, she did that whole thing with Willow, and Willow nearly pretended to hit her with a chair and stuff. So that
Wait, was that
bad?
I thought that was the same week she was on commentary. No, that was the week. Yeah.
No. So I think that was bad.
That was the same week. Yeah. So when she did the video package.
Yeah.
After she introduced herself.
And then the week before the debut, I don't think that was good either. So she's 0-4, just like the Jets will be next season.
So similar to the Jets, Manny, I'm making her 1-4. I'm going to give the debut okay points. Yes, it wasn't the best, and the show's built around it, and the CEO chant it's getting more annoying every single week. More annoying. And I'm not talking about when the people chant it. The people can chant it. That's fine. It's the entrance. To me. It's just annoying. It ruined Gunther's theme song. It's forever. Because all I'm going to hear is, see, anyway, week 1, I'm going to give her points for. She's 1-4 with me. And it's not looking pretty.
1-3.
Is it 4? This is week 4, right?
No, this is the 4th week. So if you're giving her points for the first week and not giving her points for any other week, it's 1-3.
Yeah, you're right. That's math. I gave her an L for next week. Sorry.
You can't preempt an L, but I agree with you. The Young Bucks come out. They're taking on the Best Friends. Matt Jackson on the way out to the ring says, "Hey, Scapegoat, I love your work." Clearly directed at CM Punk, not the actual scapegoat that is Jungle Boy, who has been banished to New Japan.
So is it CM Punk or Jungle Boy? I thought it was Jungle Boy.
It was because Jungle Boy hasn't said anything to the Bucks. This is clearly a shot at CM Punk. But the match, I didn't think it was that bad. I thought the match was quite enjoyable.
No,
the Bucks win. And then at the end, a dejected Trent drop kicks Orange Cassidy at the end of the match.
Yeah. Again, I thought this was going to be a short show, but I'm sorry, Manny. I enjoyed this match. This match was fine. There's nothing wrong with the match. I'm just thinking about the logistics of everything, in a real life standpoint. Let's get matching jumpsuits. Let's bring my mom to the ring. Let's have a good time. The entire way to Dynamite, they just seem to all be getting along. And then at the end of the match, fuck this dude.
Marcus, if I'm going to turn on someone, I'm not going to spend money to do so.
Yeah, the matching jumpsuits. I was like, they all have matching jumpsuits. I'm not turning on anybody in front of my mom. I'm not doing that. After I clearly cost us the match because I wanted to get a little sugar for my mother too. Like, that's what really cost the match. The hug, which you initiated. Trent had no reason. And you know what? I'm going to say this right now. After turn, I said, "Oh, Trent's going to Rampage." Because they ain't sending Orange Cassidy there.
Well, other thing...
Enjoy your singles career.
The other thing is, I bet you in 4 weeks, we ain't going to have a fucking clue that Trent turns. They ain't gonna even remind us. They ain't gonna remind us of this new persona. We're just not gonna remember that Trent turned.
I think we get a pay-per-view match. I think at Dynasty we get Orange Cassidy versus Trent. This is the one way to get Orange Cassidy on the show, and then we're gonna be done. Never hear from Trent again. It's gonna be like Mike Santana or something.
Well, I have a feeling this is the way you start writing people off, and then start letting people go from their contracts. Because I know contract season's coming up in AEW as well as WWE, but they've got quite a lot of people on that roster that could probably move to other places now. I think AEW should probably start doing what TNA are doing. This is why the Motor City Machine Guns is moving away, is because they weren't given a new deal. They were offered a per appearance deal, which they've started to do with a lot more TNA people. Then have less, just pay people on appearance, then have a lot of people under contract. I think AEW should have done that with some of the people that they brought on at the beginning. Do you know when they just had all those types, all like Kip Sabian should have been on appearance type deal. Penelope Ford should have been on appearance deal.
Yeah, they have grown these people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that should just be in appearance only deals.
Yeah, they outgrown a lot of these people, and the best friends should be on the chopping block. And I wouldn't mind if they were gone. You keep Orange because he was the only draw in the group.
Yeah, Chuck needs to go too.
Yeah, so don't
fuck Sue.
Sue was an unpaid appearance, I believe, contractor anyway. But I think that's the right. In the defense of a TNA who just have the people who just show up, for per appearance and whatnot. I feel like Tony used the per appearance people more than he used his actual roster anyway. Like, here comes so-and-so from CMLL, or here comes so-and-so from New Japan, or here's Minoru Suzuki, or here's Josh Barnett. It's like, okay, we're just going to use all these random people instead of the people we have on our roster. Because we've signed and announced all these people are all elite. I'm just saying. Anyway, I was fine with it. Nothing bad about this segment. I would say I enjoyed this. This is the part of Dynamite I enjoyed.
I did.
Yeah, I'm not.
No, and I also enjoyed the women's match offering they gave us this week as well. I know it also was added by Tony Storm on commentary, who is also the biggest distraction in the world.
He has some one-liners that I just bust out laughing in this.
That's the one, because obviously Tony Schiavone's dog died. And then she went, Tony Schiavone, I am sorry about your lost dog, but luckily we get to watch Thunder Rosa this week. But then it didn't stop there. Carried on to be petty the entire way through this.
Yes. Mariah May reminds me of a young Tony Stark. She reminds me of myself. Thunder Rosa reminds me of an old Thunder Rosa.
I want to say
that's how you do commentary, Mercedes, right there. You hit them with it.
And I want to say, because no one's probably going to give her credit, but from the debut Mariah May had, I didn't think she was all there. I didn't think she was the finished article or anything. I didn't think she was that as good as people made her out to be. But she has improved since then. Like what I saw of her today today against Thunder Rosa, and Thunder Rosa is an accomplished wrestler. Which she, what's the word I'm looking for? She's okay.
Experienced, veteran, good, decent,
veteran.
Okay. Veteran. I don't know what you wanted me to say right there, but you ended with okay, competent.
Competent. There you go. She's competent in the ring. So I didn't think the match was that bad. I saw Mariah May get better. I did see a lot of stiff shots, and I don't know if that's carried on from the beef between the Mean Girls of Britt Baker, Saraya, and Tony Storm.
Yeah, I couldn't tell Tony was being a bitch or she was legit.
Yeah.
And it was nice. I'm going to say, from the best friends, turn and the Young Bucks stuff, I enjoyed Dynamite after that moment. I think that's what I really got in. I was like, oh, this is a better show right now. I don't know what happened. But it's like they hit
She said something, though, which I was like, could that be construed as racist? Because she went, Thunder Rosa, she's from the Crips of Tijuana, right? That explains her complexion. Racist?
No, because she said she's pale. No, she said she's pale. And the white face paint. She said she's from the graveyard Tijuana. She's like, that explains everything. She's dead and old. And she's basically called like the Crypt Keeper or something. I think it was an old joke, not a race joke.
Oh, okay. So Thunder Rosa
Anyway,
wins with
if she did do a race joke, it's on par with her character. Think about it.
And much to the shock of Toni Storm, Thunder Rosa wins.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's the right opponent. I don't know why Mariah May and Toni Storm, we wouldn't go into that right now. It seems like they're allies, and why would you switch on there? I guess Diana Purrazzo is just on the back burner. We're never going to see her again.
Yeah, she's gone now.
She's already, yeah. But Manny, I do appreciate that you announced our women's offering of the week from AEW is what. It's like the soup of the day. Today is clam chowder.
You know what the thing is, though? I know I brag on about it. This is like the fact that I'm going to an Eve show tomorrow, which is all women's wrestling. You would think that you would at least get 2. Like we watched NXT's coming up, and there's about it's an exaggeration, but like, there's at least 3 matches on there. I was gonna say 12.
I was saying it's about 3. It was 3 women's and maybe 2 men's. Like it seemed 50-50.
Yeah. So then we get to the contract signing. Joe tells Swerve signing that contract would be a big mistake, a career-defining mistake to step in the ring with him right now. Then he decides to put it in rapper terms that he could barely understand. I'm going to beat you down so severely it's going to leave you mentally scarred like you left Diddy's party too late.
Yes, which is I don't know, like that. I died laughing. I was like, "Oh, Joe with an awesome one-liner."
Are we allowed to say that joke?
Yeah, I went to the comments or somewhere on Twitter or somewhere later, and they were like, "Was that a pedophile joke?" I was like, "Ooh!" I didn't even think of it. I thought of it, but didn't think of it because I thought the line was good. I'm not gonna go down that route. I thought it was a really good line, and it made me laugh. And I thought Swerve was just fine and never recovered.
Yeah, you know what? Whatever Swerve said afterwards, I was like, "You're never gonna get me back."
Yeah, the feud is over. He already beat you at Dynasty. You don't even need to sign that contract. He beat you with words. He beat you with words.
Swerve understands the dangers of facing Joe for the title. Everything about his title reign is dangerous, but he is the definition of a killer, but so is Swerve. Swerve tries to choke out Joe with the chain, but fails. Joe beats him down with the chain wrapped around his fist. All that was missing from that was, look at you now.
Look at you now. Look at you now.
But I like the ending. The ending was kind of cool. Where I feel like Joe didn't need to put him through the table, or Joe should have put him through the table first before the last scene, the scene of Swerve crawling to the contract, laughing. If this is all you got, I'm taking your championship away from you, and then signing a contract in blood. I feel like AEW should have ended there. It shouldn't have ended with Joe standing tall.
Yeah, it should. No, I thought it should have ended with Joe staring shocked that Swerve got up, laughed, signed the contract. It was like, all you got. That's how I should have ended, and ended the show with Joe going, "What the fuck?" and making Swerve look strong. Yeah. The comeback was unnecessary. Although I do find it kind of crazy that I tried to choke guy with chain. He doesn't have a neck, therefore he was able to slip out and beat me with the chain I tried to choke him with. That's kind of insane. Because Joe was landing shots with that chain. He was
not just shots. He was landing combinations, Marcus. Those were like jab, 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 jab.
For the record, I'm dead. For the record, I'm dead, Manny. I think you are. That's why the shock look on Joe's face should have ended that way instead of him put through the table. I thought it was an effective ending. I thought bleeding on the microphone and all that was all cool, and I enjoyed it. But Samoa's in rare form this week on microphone and in violence. Watch out!
I know Undertaker should be the one that announces the most pure striker in the game, but I think we need to give it to Samoa Joe this week. He might be with those. I can't give you best pure striker in the game if you had your head wrapped in the chain and the guy you're beating up isn't dead. How weak are your punches? But
he should be dead.
AEW was a roller coaster.
Yeah,
like there was good parts, there was bad parts. But
there's things that just stuck out harder than most to me.
Yeah, but the thing is, it didn't feel like a chore getting through.
No, it went fast. It just felt like there were just the things that stood out the most. Edge speech What are you going on about? As Manny would say, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Just
You
sit down
weren't
and shut
here.
up. Yeah, you weren't here. Dax gave a speech after the Collision taping about how he loved his wife and loved pro wrestling, and I'm not bullshitting you. That's what he said. That's all I got, and this is I love AEW. I'm gonna retire here, and I'm like, guys,
You know what? Fuck
casual
MJF.
is everybody. Yeah.
Fuck MJF, because I wouldn't even be aware that he does that all the time if it wasn't for MJF pointing it out.
Yeah, he does it all the time. He does it all the time. And by the way, random MJF chant and on the night.
Like, yeah, during the conference, it was weird.
Yeah, I was like, oh, because I think he brought up all the names, and then they were like, hey, you forgot about MJF. They bring up MJF. But as much as I would like to see Swerve win that title, man, I can't have him do it right now. It's too late. I think they missed their window about 2 months ago, or 3 or 4 months ago when they should have did it.
So what would make the better match?
I think it's too late. I think Joe's cooler.
Yeah, no, but what would you rather prefer to see? Because obviously the next title change I think is happening at their All In show, because like that's the chance of another biggest gate for them. Samoa Joe versus Will Ospreay, which is I think Will Ospreay is going to be in the main event. Will Ospreay versus Samoa Joe for the title, or Swerve versus Will Ospreay for the title.
I think the better match would be Swerve and Ospreay, but I think the better story would be Joe and Ospreay. I think Joe should hold serve. I know he seemed like he should have been a transitional champion. Let the man hold serve for a bit and go all the way to
at least make
All
it
In.
to August. Yeah, make it all the way to August, I think. Because there's what, another 2 pay-per-views after Dynasty?
Yeah, because we have Dynasty, Double or Nothing, and I don't know what happens after that. But
I think it may be All In.
Yeah, so I'm down with, as much as I like Swerve, and I just think that Joe should hold serve, be the champion, and then Ospreay beats Joe. Joe could come off as the big bad he has to be. Joe seems imposing. He's the last great big bad of AEW, and he's supposed to be on weight, not height.
Ospreay is already like up here for like for an AEW fan, right?
Yeah.
Like in general, in the world of professional wrestling outside of WWE, he's already up here. Him beating Joe, if they could book it similar to how they're booking Swerve and Joe, because it started off a bit like Now after this episode, I feel like there's something there, and I feel like if they manage to book it in similar to that, but like update it to Will trying to be the best and whatever, I feel like it could be one of the best AEW title changes they've ever had, because the title changes have been a bit meh. Like Joe beating MJF did not feel monumentous.
Yeah, but here's the question: does Ospreay have to win the title at Wembley?
No, he doesn't.
Could he already be champion and then go into Wembley as champion and retain?
I feel like
he could always be Joe at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, he could, but I always feel like I feel like if you're the hometown hero, I feel like it's always better to win in that stage. If anything, if you were going to do a title change, you would do it in a big stadium. So, like, I would say, I know Double or Nothing is technically their big show, but if you're doing it in a stadium like Wembley, which I don't think they're going to get a similar gate this year, but if you have the opportunity,
it's biggest attended,
if you have the opportunity to get Will Ospreay someone to win a title in, let's just say, a ballpark figure of 50 this year. They may get more, they may get less, but if 50, that would be impressive.
Yeah,
I would feel more accomplished if you built a great story going into there, and then a title change happening there, because they did it for Paige or Saraya, but it didn't feel like it was a big deal because it's Saraya.
What was she doing before then? They didn't even treat her like a big deal, and they forgot her in a week. So
yeah, and it was mainly because Jamie Hayter was injured. That was the only reason she got that title.
Yeah. Or she was going to win it anyway. And it's a lot of stuff, but it didn't matter. At the end of the day, that stuff didn't matter. Yeah, so interesting decisions to make at the top of the card for them. And you still have the MJF stuff, which I'm assuming he's feuding with Adam Cole, or if he ever comes back and whatnot. Or if Adam Cole ever comes back. Who knows?
So yeah, let's move into NXT.
Let's breeze through it. I didn't realize we did 40 minutes of the show already.
Yeah.
Or 50 minutes.
I changed the thing down below because whatever our shirt plus supplier is actually dead. I can't remember what it's called.
Store Frontier.
Store Frontier is dead.
Betty, it was never really alive.
It was alive because remember, they purchased shirts from somewhere, and it wasn't Wes's shop.
The only known destination of our shirts.
No,
Store Frontier will live on.
Jamal has some.
Jamal has. I'm just saying. Limited edition. I think if we ever took off and became gazillionaires or something, or as famous as LeBron, or randomly, those Store Frontier shirts, those are limited edition. They're gonna be worth a lot of money. Lots of money.
What, my what was it? Was it Adidas or Adidas?
Thank you.
The Untitled Manny and Marcus show, which is a one of one. If that was ever to go on sale, millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars. Just like this podcast sweater, Eddie. Billions of dollars.
Many have it, but many don't understand why it's the podcast sweater and why it's historic.
Moving into NXT.
Yeah, so it opened with the triple threat tag team match, which was Nathan Frazier and Axiom versus the LWO and the Good Brothers. This thing had two things I hate: tag matches and triple threat matches, and it was all combined into one. Hated it so much, Marcus.
I enjoyed the match.
I never knew who was the legal person at any point.
I don't think are there legal people in this? I didn't think there were legal. I thought it was tornado rules or something. I don't know. I honestly
people
don't
were
remember
flying
seeing a single
everywhere.
tag. Yeah.
What was it? Anderson was doing dives. You know with WrestleMania season when Anderson's doing dives.
Yes. I did enjoy the spot where I can't remember who was going to dive, but they just got pushed off into people. I forgot who it was. I enjoyed that spot. I enjoyed the match. I was shocked by the winners. I thought Good Brothers were going to win.
It just shows where the Good Brothers are as a tag team. They should be on the chopping block because they didn't even get past Axiom and Nathan Frazier.
Yeah,
amongst the high flying chaos.
I'm really upset that the LWO didn't get the win either.
I'm glad the LWO didn't.
I feel like Wilds and Mendoza have been putting in really good work and deserve some.
They have, but Wild has also been exposed by one Dominic Mysterio.
Filipino. And Manny's more proud because being a Filipino, he's like, I would not allow this.
No, I disowned him too. How dare he? He's not.
Go ahead, hang around your Mexican friends. You're not Filipino anymore. And they don't want you either.
The only one I'm cool with is Shotzi.
Yeah. The last Filipino in wrestling.
No, TJP is, but we don't know where but like
he's the leader of the United Empire right now. Will Ospreay's old faction. So
aren't they still a thing? Like he didn't leave them, did he?
Yeah, what? We mean Ospreay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he associates with them anymore. I don't think he fucks with it anymore. I don't know. He got his money and he's no longer the leader. TJP's the leader. I don't know the dynamic there.
And then if you wanted, so the first match was high flying chaos, and then it was just female rage chaos, I guess. In the end, with Fallon Henry versus JC Jane, where everything decided to happen on the outside. Everything.
Yes. Referee should threw everybody out right away.
Fallon takes her eye off the ball, dealing with the chaos outside the ring, and then eats a running knee from JC for the win.
V-Trigger! Did she just steal Mandy's move?
No, but Mandy's was more of a running one. This one was she was kneeling and smashed in the face.
Yeah.
But right. I don't think she should be doing that because Blair's is also
maybe that's what I'm mixing it up. I'm mixing with Blair's
Blair's is what? Hold the hands and then knee.
Right? Yeah. She's the basically it's like the BTE trigger with the
Yeah.
knee. I don't know. I got all these moves mixed up. But only thing I can say about this, Eric might be right about Bayley. I think she could be around a long time on that roster. Maybe she's not world champion.
Yeah.
But she's a good mid-carder that I'll be like, you know what? She can make it on the main roster.
Yeah. In the back, JC was spitting some hate. JC said she was never Thea's friend. She saved Chase U with those calendars to regain the attention and spotlight that she should have never been taken off her in the first place. And she is back to being the attraction of NXT.
Oh, so they're bringing it back. They've said they're
bringing
toxic.
it back, but think though. We never eyed her as the attraction.
No.
When the attraction was around, it was like it was
like,
Mandy, Gigi for weirdness, and then JC.
Then it was
with
space.
Just the guns.
It was some space. It did just with the guns. Oh. I would also like to add, I would love to say this is my Ava moment of the week. Can you guys leave? What are you doing there?
Live TV. Can you guys leave?
Can you leave? What are you doing there? Just didn't believe her in
Thea
Gorilla.
comes in screaming, and then Ava makes a 6-person match. I will get onto the Nepo child in a bit, but Lexus King versus Von Wagner.
Segments.
Yeah, Lexus King versus Von Wagner. Lexus King says Von was being held together by Mr. Stone for over a year. What makes him think he can hang with him in his absence? The match wasn't that bad.
No,
however,
I was shocked.
That doesn't make Lexus King good.
We are not the determinants of he's gonna. Man,
my opinion does not go towards whether Lexus King was good or bad this week.
Yeah, I'm going to also coincide and say this was a good match for Lexus King Von Wagner. I was not expected to actually enjoy it the way I did. I was like, oh, this is actually good.
Yeah,
but I have no judgment. I can't say if it was good Lexus King or not, or bad. I do not have the right.
Yeah, we do not have that power.
Yeah, Eric has the patent on that.
Man. There's only one man that wields that power, and he goes by the hater, Eric Smith.
I think he's gonna say good this week. I think he's gonna say good.
He may say good. Lola Vice versus Carmen Petrovic. In the back, I wasn't buying any of the bullshit Roxanne was trying to throw at Natty. I was just like, shut up, Roxanne.
That has never happened. Man, that has never happened in your career watching wrestling. I'm gonna say this right now. You have never told anybody that was insulting Natty to shut up.
That is true, but then do you know what it is? She came across as a spoilt child coming off against the boat, and I was just like, do you know what? You need to just keep on moving. Yeah. Move on, child.
Respect your elders. Respect your elders. Daddy will beat the shit out of you right now. How dare you be disrespectful?
I feel like someone should have woke up Ocho Cinco and for him to come out and say, child, please.
Moving on. Really enjoyed this match. I'm really digging Lola Vice. I think that there's something there.
Petrovic ain't that bad either. Do you know what? Like Petrovic, do you know what? They just have too much talent. This is the thing I fear. They're just gonna release some of them.
Not all of them gonna make it.
Not all of them gonna make it, but I think Petrovic has something. If she spends more time with Natty, which I think she'll probably be able to develop some ability to talk. I haven't really seen her talk that much, but Lola Vice has come a long way, and I enjoyed the pettiness of winning with the sharpshooter and then dancing in front of Natty.
Yeah, and they continue to do it. I feel like I was watching a video game. I feel like after this, I was watching a someone play Street Fighter because they were starting off with the martial arts and throwing the kicks. It ends with pettiness, and then it ends with dance at the end that just goes on a loop until you hit continue.
And then we move into the Supernova sessions. Again, I didn't write notes on this as it was a train wreck the moment Roxanne started speaking on that microphone.
Yeah. I mean, we could do a long story short of Roxanne ends up, not Roxanne, Roxanne does end up through table. It is Roxanne, right? Yeah.
Well, she slaps and then gets put through a table.
The table made of paper. Because I thought when she went up on that table, I went, "Oh my God, that table's hard. She's gonna die." And then when they went through it, I was like, "That's paper. They got me."
She did say, Lyra did say, "While I win, all you do is bitch, and then when I win at Stand and Deliver, you have a whole lot to bitch about." And then in the back, Lyra's talking to Paxley. Very hard, some of these women, just to name them.
Yeah, I messed up when I was watching this with Ryan. Petrovic and Izzy Dane.
No, Izzy Dame is really green.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't about the wrestling. It was that when they, Toxic originally came out. I was like, "Oh, that's Petrovic," and I was like, "No, fuck, I fucked up. That's Izzy Dane." It's just so many.
Yeah. So she says Roxanne pushed her to a mental limit, and she had to tap into a different side of her to take care of it. She's willing to do anything to keep the title at Stand and Deliver. We move into Obafemi versus Joe Gacy. The match was fine. It was called off, as we mentioned yesterday. If you watched it, it was called off due to concussion protocol. In the back, Obafemi tells Dijak and Briggs that he will retain the North American Championship, while Ava is in her office patting herself on the back, saying, "This is a great card that I just made of Stand and Deliver."
The Rock hangs that card on his refrigerator next to the kids he really loves drawings.
It's not as good as she thinks.
No. You ain't got me sold with the Don and what you call her, and Dragunov.
No. Where Gacy crawls in and says he's okay to fight Stand and Deliver, she makes another match. Ariana Grace versus Ren Sinclair. Ariana is a hypocrite. She wants to fight Ren Sinclair for calling her out for her intentions with Gigi, but when refused to fight against Gigi a couple weeks ago.
Yes. I'm enjoying Ariana Grace. I think she's filling the void of the Iconics for me. That's just entertaining, comedic woman wrestler who's never really actually going to win at anything.
I feel she's Chelsea Green for the NXT.
Ooh, you're right. That's a more updated version of this.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, because if she had a duo of someone doing that with her, then it'd be like Iconics. Because because you had Peyton do Speak the Sense, and then you had Billy Kay just going off the handle.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, you're right. The referee neglects that they were in the ropes the entire time for this pinfall. I believe this is the like I was like, what the fuck? She's under the ring at this point making the pin.
What didn't make sense was this Dinner with the Don bullshit. Dragunov car gets clamped or booted depending on where you are in the world. For
you guys got a clamp?
Yeah.
Hey, they clamped your car.
Because we call the boot what you call the trunk.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Can't call why do you call your trunk the boot though?
Back of the car? I don't know. It's long before I decided I knew about cars. I did not make this up. I just accepted it for it being a word.
You represent all the United Kingdom, Manny, and I represent all the United States and Puerto Rico, apparently. But just lash that onto me. I don't know
how. So it's for unpaid parking tickets. He's driven off, and then he's driven off to a warehouse where phony Italians try to look tough. The payoff of this was just, I don't even understand the payoff for this. We're going to waste of time.
Yes. Yeah, so basically, he goes into this warehouse. First, last week is built up the Citadel or whatever it was called. That doesn't exist. Finds out it's just a warehouse. Where people are cutting wood randomly in suits and trying to look menacing or whatnot. Because the one thing I'm dragging up, I have no fear of. Tony D is not going to kill me before the match. It's like, oh, I can just walk in here. 2, we're in this warehouse where, it's supposed to be a dinner. They have this little table for them. Dragunov takes the entire table with his title. Tony D tries to sound menacing or whatnot, and Dragunov's like, nice mind games. And then they bring him a plate of food that is never revealed. I was waiting to see them eat the entire night. It's supposed to be a dinner. Tony D left him alone to eat. The question is, did Dragunov eat the food there, or did he get a to-go box and eat it back in his shoebox?
Where was he going to go? I don't think he had his phone on him. he couldn't call an Uber.
No, I believe he had his phone. He just didn't have his car, Manny, which was probably a rental. Who knows? I don't know. They took care of the boot thing. Maybe the car was outside. I don't understand what this was about.
Saruka takes on Blair Davenport. Do you know what I found really unnecessary and dangerous in that match was the suplex to the outside. I thought both of them could have got hurt doing that.
Yeah, I was afraid for Sol Roka's legs and knees and whatever else injury she could have had, but it looked good when they landed, and I was like, okay. I enjoyed the match. I think Sol Roka is a once in a generation talent. Oh. But athletically, I don't know if there's anybody to compete with it. She just flips and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I can't compete. No one can compete with that. So it was a good match. It was a really good match.
And then MELO and Trick had their standoff where Trick acknowledged that they're the first two black men to main event a PLE at WrestleMania weekend, and he's having a hard time enjoying that because he's going to war with his brother. MELO says Trick came a long way, but at one point it was me and you against the world, and now it's Stand Deliver, it's me against you. They point the blame at each other who ruined it. Then MELO references the NXT titles as girls and questions why MELO went after his girl if he was really his brother.
He got a point. And when he put that analogy on there, I went, ooh. I've noticed two things in this at this moment. MELO is really short because Trick would look like Andre the Giant. And I don't know
it's not just Trick, Mark, because it was someone's security guard.
Yeah. I don't know what we could have did to make him look taller, but he looked really small. Like, this should be like work.
He needed to be standing on a box. He needed to be standing on a box.
Two, the analogy to the girlfriend, man, it made sense. You said I was going after my girl. I was trying to get my girl back. And you were going to try to get your girl back to North American title. But then all of a sudden you start going after my girl. That's where the problem began. And you know what? That made 100%. That made sense to me. Trick is out of line.
Yeah. Trick says MELO got jealous because he got hot. MELO reminds him he may have got hot for 6 months. He's been hot for 3 years, and then it ends in a brawl.
Yeah. Nice ending. I'd like to confirm that they're the main event. I mean, the title should be a lie. Dried off at what you call means nothing to nobody.
No. And again, if Tony D
story.
wins, Marcus is now taking notes for NXT and hosting the segment.
Work. I don't want to do work. By the way, on the cast, I'll be like, God, why have you cursed me this way? What have I done to you? Yeah, Abel Ray is the MVP of this week's episode of NXT.
No, she ain't.
For booking such a great card. For booking such a great card.
Oh, great card. Yay. Hey, Ava, your dad never loved you.
Yeah. You were... Oh. By the way, Joe Gacy deserved everything he got because he threw a chair off a roof the previous week and deserved it. That could have hurt somebody's for real. Now, I'm glad he got hurt this week. Just want to put that in the universe. But I think the cringiest moment of the week for me.
I'm going to put it out in the universe because no one's going to put it out in the universe. Femi, dangerous.
Manny, I'm going to have you do something that's very... I don't know how difficult it's going to be for you to do this, but I want you to rank these 3 segments. Anything involving Ava, Edge speech, or... Damn, what was the third one? Fuck, I blanked down the third one. Mercedes Money. That was it. It was Mercedes. It was Mercedes
Money and not just Mercedes. I'm gonna add Willow to that too because Willow was just as bad.
We're gonna add that whole segment then. All of that.
Okay. The Nepo baby. Wait, what's the ranking? Is it worst, number 1, or
number 1? Mean you took the cringe crown, the crown of the cringe, or whatever.
Oh, okay, Mercedes Moné gets the cringe crown. and Willow, because that segment was bad. Edge. It was really irritating to see Edge do that because it didn't make sense, but that goes in the number 2 spot. Ava patting herself on the back for booking a great card just made me laugh. But Mercedes out there doing her whole thing and then talking and not providing anything is the height of cringe.
I gave it the Edge for me personally. I just thought that it just looks like someone that's taken a lot of money and has sold completely out. It reminded me very much. He should have had a red mohawk, Manny, and been to Taco with the $1 Million Man. He may as well have been out there like that.
It does.
But I agree. Ava's third. Ava's third because it was funny.
Without the duffel bag filled with money, it's not the same. You have to have a duffel bag full of money and have the red mohawk.
He said indigenous people back maybe 30 years. We ain't never came close.
If you haven't seen it, go back to SummerSlam 1994 to see the ultimate sellout Tatanka, where he accused Lex Luger of being the sellout.
Yeah, and Manny, I would like to also add, you are historically might be accurate. 1994 might be the greatest year in wrestling.
It is. We haven't even finished it. We had to think it was just like Survivor Series. Survivor Series needs to be watched. We didn't do that one. But yeah, it might be the greatest year ever.
I mean, we're approaching. This is the 30th anniversary of the greatest year of wrestling. This is 2024. The 30th anniversary
of the greatest year in wrestling.
Yeah. So, man, if you put it in context, right now, WWE is doing the best business they've ever done in their entire life. 30 years ago was the best year ever. That was the start. Tatanka selling out was the start.
No, it wasn't, because if you think about it, the best ladder match of history was Razor versus Shawn.
Yep. 94, yeah.
94. 94's a great year.
You got Owen versus Brett. Brothers versus brothers. 30 years ago.
Whew. You had Roddy Piper cheating Yokozuna and allowing Brett to win the World Heavyweight title again.
Oh no!
That was 9. That was 9.
That was 9. To go for it was 9. 10 was the one. Yeah, 10 is the what?
Great year of wrestling.
Yeah. That concludes our show tomorrow. This is the last time you're going to hear us talk for about a few hours, and then we're going to talk for an entire weekend of nonstop talking.
If you could donate to the show, because that is a lot of talking and a lot of sleep deprivation.
Yep. Manny, I'm mourning the loss of sleep that you're about to have for the next 2 days. I mean, it just seems like it's a lot. The 9 a.m. NXT day is what we're going to see Mania as the freshest. Then you're going to get to maybe the first 2 hours of Mania. And then after that, you're going to be looking at a fucking zombie.
No, if you really want to watch a zombie, me during the daytime, during the Elimination Chamber, where I am sick as a dog.
Yeah.
That is one to look at. My eyes are burning.
You can literally see his body decomposing as we speak. Like, oh, what's happening here?
You can see a temperature forming and me just losing all care of what's going on.
I heard doctors take in that video as in studies of, you can see how ill the person's getting. You can see the body work. As you see, his immune system is deteriorating at this very moment.
Yeah, so donate to the show. We need to pay our bills for StreamYard, as I can't afford it this month. So pay our bills.
Just wanted to put
pay our telephone bills
and pay my audio bills. You can hit the door. Get the fuck out of here, Beyonce.
Yeah,
first she started off real cool.
What was it? Yeah, no. She started asking to pay her bills. But then 6 months later, she was all about being independent. What is it, Beyonce? Yeah. What is it?
Yeah. But I think she realized ain't nobody trying to pay her bills, her telephone or water bills or whatever else she had, and realized, oh, I need to be a strong, independent woman. Then she realized she could be, and when she hasn't been off that train since.
Yeah, now she's taking money from country. Country she's after world domination.
I guess West knows her as Yancy is always doing too much. She does. She should win the Doing Too Much award. But I'm going to say this. I am more of a Beyonce fan since a country, Cowboy Country Part 2 or whatever come out. And it's not because of the music. It's because of the petty that's associated with it. I'm more of a Beyonce fan out of that. Taylor needs to release a petty album, but maybe she has already.
Yeah, she needs to. What she needs to go into? Hip hop. Taylor needs to release a rap album.
Oh yeah, we're gonna counter that with the Taylor rap album. Ghost written by Eminem
and everything, and then everyone's gonna cite cultural appropriation. I want to see Taylor with braids.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to see her cornrows. Cornrows Taylor. Talk about how she changed hip hop forever.
And a gold and a grill.
Oh yeah,
and some Timbs.
Features on the album. She's gonna have features of Kendrick Lamar. She's gonna just go all through hip hop history. Rakim and Mary Public Enemy. She's gonna bring all the hip hop in it. KRS-One, Eminem, Post Malone is gonna join this one too.
Yeah, so join us for WrestleMania weekend. Bamboo earrings. What bamboo earrings?
Those are... I love your confusion over bamboo earrings. Bamboo earrings, man. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Why are you stealing food from pandas?
No,
I'm making jewelry out of it.
It's an accessory. I love that stopped you right there. Like, bamboo earrings.
Why have we started talking about we start talking about Taylor? We start talking about music and people come out and start making they re-recorded all our music because they wouldn't let our own our masters. That's the pettiest thing possible.
Yeah, but that's what everybody does now. When you lose your masters, you just do a re-record and it's like, oh, now I own my masters. Fuck you. No one's gonna listen to the old one because the re-record sounds exactly the same, and you don't even have to actually do it. Yeah, that's what
it doesn't take much to break me. It doesn't take much to break me. You just say something.
I don't know. Bamboo earrings need to shut you down. Bamboo earrings. Bamboo earrings. What the fuck is that? Oh,
do you know what happened in my brain? My brain went to buffering. It's just like,
I know. Who would do that? What uncivilized community has bamboo earrings? Hold on. Let me do this. Hey Siri, what are bamboo earwigs? She's not gonna understand me. Oh, bamboo earrings are a great way to show your love for nature. Get out of here, Siri. I want an audio response.
Even at that point, you might also be wearing what, a flower crown?
Stop me.
If you want to be one with nature.
To be honest, I'm wearing pajama pants with very long nails.
Yeah, that is exactly what he said. Marcus has a speech impediment, people.
Yeah, I did stumble. I know I stumbled, and I was like, oh, I hope Siri understood that. Sorry, I slurred my words. I've been drinking.
Like the video, subscribe, donate if you can. Anything helps. And we'll see you all through WrestleMania week. Peace. I didn't actually plan that. No. I'll press all these things.
Yeah.
All hail Sabu!
Yeah, all hail Sabu, and shout out to us being at 60-something thousand now. What episode? We're jumping up 10,000 episodes.
We are 65,751. So by in the next 20 minutes, we'll probably be on 66,000.
Yeah, our goal is to beat the WrestleMania attendance this year. Let's go for it.
I think that's achievable if we carry going on this rate.
I think it's achievable. I think they're going to do 70 at WrestleMania.
So, yeah, like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and donate if you can. Peace. We out. Oh wow, I just got a really bad burp.